Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Tissue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the film Bad Boys Ride or Die. This is a new film from 2024, rated R with a runtime of an hour and 55 minutes. As of the recording of this video, we have a Rotten Tomato score of 65% from the critics, 97% from the audience, and a Letterboxd average rating of 3.3. I think the Letterboxd average rating is closer to my final grade for this film. So let's talk about it. In this film, after their late former captain is framed, Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett try to clear his name only to end up on the run themselves. This is directed by Adil LRB and Bilal Falah, who directed the previous film, Bad Boys for Life. We're not going to get into how they named them backwards. Um, this film stars Will Smith, of course, as Mike Lowry, Martin Lawrence as Marcus Burnett. We also have returning Vanessa Hudgens as Kelly, Alexander Ludwig as Dorn, Paula Nunes as Captain Rita, and we have some new characters. Eon Grufford as Lockwood, and Jacob Scipio returns as Armando, who is Will Smith's Mike Lowry's kid from the previous film. Now that is something I have forgotten completely going into this film. So it was really nice to have that reminder, and he of course plays a big part in this film. So let's talk about it. Overall, before I get into any super high level details, and I won't get into spoilers in this review, I enjoyed the film. I had a good time at the film. With the Bad Boys franchise, I know what I'm going in for. We're going to have a lot of action. We're going to have a lot of jokes. Some of them land, some of them don't. But the main thing I'm going for is to see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence once again. Um, I've seen all films in the franchise, and now it's only four, and they've been spread out very much throughout the years. But I enjoy them all, whether it's Michael Bay's version or this new version. I enjoy them both. As just like really interesting, fun blockbuster films. Uh, the chemistry between Smith and Lawrence remains the main attraction of this film. This is just the latest installment in the Bad Boys franchise, in which this dynamic duo once again just proved that their on-screen chemistry remains the heart and soul of the beloved series. Their camaraderie, effortlessly blending humor, pathos, and a touch of weirdness from years of crime fighting, is as engaging as ever. This time, they bring a level of emotional depth that gives their characters a sense of finality, making this film a fitting capstone for their saga. As expected, Bad Boys Ride or Die is a high octane action spectacle bursting with adrenaline, pumping sequences, and sprinkled with the trademark comedic moments that fans have come to love. The humor often arises from the banter between both of them, and this provides a much needed levity amidst the intense action, ensuring that the film never takes itself too seriously. However, the filmmakers also wisely inject moments of genuine emotion and grounding story that just really adds layers to the characters that we followed over all these decades. One of the standout elements of this film is the innovative camera work. The camera movements are dynamic, they're very immersive. They often place the audience right in the middle of the action. While this kinetic style undoubtedly enhances the visceral impact of the action scenes, these bold choices really underscore the filmmaker's commitment to pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling within the action genre. Now, there are some moments where, to me, it feels like it's a little bit overdone, potentially even disorienting people that are watching the film. There are some scenes that I don't think require all the elaborate camera work, where maybe they could have been a little bit quieter moments. There's some really interesting choices, like when two characters are just kind of having a moment. There's like this whole 360 multiple times around, and you can tell they're using drones. They're using like these mounted rigs. I saw some behind the scenes where Will Smith was going, like, he had I guess, kind of like a selfie cam, so he was having that point of view, and then that camera would flip to show his gun's point of view. So there's definitely a lot of really interesting visual tricks here. Um, The film also features a number of memorable action sequences. There's one in particular that truly steals the show. I don't want to get too much into the details of it, but I think you'll know when you see it. Set in the bustling streets of Miami, this chase extends all over the place. There are some really interesting practical stunts that seem like just very seamless, and they just look really cool at the end. Like, I think it will leave the audiences really wanting a little bit more of that. These directors have proved that they are very good at action filming. and it just really serves as a reminder of why this franchise remains so popular, because people just want to go and look at cool shit blow up. And that's what Michael gave us in the first film, and that's what they gave us in the second film, and that's what these directors are now bringing to the screen as well. Now, beyond the action and the humor, the film also expands on the lore of the franchise, introducing new characters, deepening the backstory of our protagonist. I think the world building it's not too much in your face. It enriches the narrative and it hints at a broader universe that could be expanded in future projects. Even though this film kind of serves as the bookend to the franchise, as I was leaving the theater, I called my buddy Chewy. We used to do the What the Real podcast together, and we were talking about possible alternatives of going forward, like ways that they could keep making films within this universe without having to be revolved around, Smith and Lawrence. So I think that would be interesting. Now, adding to the film's appeal, there's numerous cameos here that are peppered in throughout. You got to keep an eye out on a lot of these things. There's a cameo where you see Michael Bay. You also see Kwambi, the TikToker, and then other characters that just kind of pop in and out. So I thought that was an interesting. I don't know that they've done much like that. I know back in the day they had Dan Marino in one of the films, so like it's always been kind of a staple of these films. But it's really kind of interesting to see more current more current trends kind of show up in the film. I don't know. I was not expecting, the guy from TikTok to show up and do his thing. So overall, I think this is a worthy entry in the franchise. It's not perfect, but it still delivers all the thrills, the laughs, the heartfelt moments. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence continue to just have this unmatched chemistry on screen. And while some of the frantic camera work might occasionally be a little bit overwhelming, I think it ultimately contributes to the film, right? It really brings that home. So yeah, the film just it's a great entry. It continues the legacy of its predecessor, but it also kind of stands out as its own. And if this is the last film that we ever have for the Bad Boys, then I think they're gonna go out in a blaze of glory. I think they really ended this in a very good place. So, if you've seen this film, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Let me know which one of the Bad Boys franchise is your favorite. I might do a short video or a TikTok or something for that. So stay tuned. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bad Boys for life. Bye bye.